I mean, there's a lot of good value there. I mean, Michael van Gerwen, I think, is still going to win this, but at 5-2 on. But, you know, Gerwyn Price has played exceptionally well over the last 2 or 3 months, and you can see the emotion that he puts into his game. I think he's got a great chance to, especially make the playoffs.
Yeah, James Wade 16s, you kind of think he's going to reach the playoffs, so I don't think that's a bad bet either, but Barney 125s, yeah, he's just not playing well, I'm afraid.
Kicking off the night then, Michael Smith against Rob Cross. How's that going to go?
I mean, Rob Cross beat Michael Smith at the weekend. I mean, I think it's going to be a close game. I mean, Michael Smith has got this electrifying scoring power. I mean, I've got them as a draw, although Rob Cross is the favourite.
Gurney, Wade, people are saying maybe a draw in that one.
Yeah, Gurney started off the season playing superbly well. He's just gone off the ball, that hint. Wade, for me, is just that little bit more reliable. That's why I think he wins.
Mensur Suljovic against Gerwyn Price. Price, fantastic. Suljovic getting there.
Well, Suljovic has always been, it's like James Wade, one of the most hardest players in the world to beat. But Price at the moment seems to be throwing great darts at crucial times, and the checkouts he keeps getting, well over the 100, a couple of those this evening. But Mensur Suljovic is not going to roll over there.
Must-win game for Barney. He's dropped out of the world's top 32 this week.
Yeah, it's not going his way, but saying that, it's not really going Peter Wright's way either. The pair of them are very, very inconsistent. I'd see Wright winning it. I think he's playing slightly better.
And Michael van Gerwen against Big John Henderson.
Yay! Don't you dare say Michael's going to win this game.
No, I'm not going to say Michael's going to... I'm going to say Michael's going to play well. No, I mean, John Henderson's going to really enjoy this. He won't have witnessed... He's been on the big stage before, obviously, but this is going to be different. A home crowd. I mean, he lives here. And as I said, if he gets that sway in sync, he's going to be dangerous, as he has been since he's moved over to the PDC. He hits a lot of 140s, a couple of big checkouts at the right time. Just put Michael under a bit of pressure, as he's been under the last 3 matches, and well, you never know.
They like Gary Anderson in this part of the world as well, but he's not a bad replacement, is he?
Yeah, look, they've got Hendo. Of course, they're going to miss Gary, but over the years, they've witnessed some special things happening here. We know Gary's not going to be part of that tonight, but we've had 9 darters, records. Something else will happen tonight. Whether it be a Hendo win, I don't know. But, well, I'm not saying let's hope so, but let's hope so.
Van Gerwen averaged 123.4 in this venue. Amazing.
Yeah, that was all. That was all. Those were the days for Michael van Gerwen. Since then, he's rubbish.
Aberdeen, are you ready for darts? Let's play.
Did you hit...
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to the BHGE Arena in the magnificent city of Aberdeen. Hello, welcome to week number 5 of the Unibet Premier League. It's all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. We are live on Sky Sports as we welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. It's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Shanghai Darts Master, the Premier League and World Championship finalist, and the former World Youth Champion, the Bully Boy, Michael Smith! and gentlemen, the winner of 6 PDT ranking events, a UK Open finalist and the former champion of the world, voted Rob
Sexy match to kick off the night. Michael Smith against Rob Cross. UK Open last week. Cross beat Smith 11-7 in the semi-final. Will that have any bearing on this?
I don't think so. I think these pros now, they don't worry about what happened yesterday or the day before or last week. All you've got to focus on is this. I mean, Michael Smith's got electrifying scoring power. You know he's going to run off several legs at level 12s, where Cross is more the solid game. He doesn't make too many mistakes. I mean, he's over the 100 average over the season for the Premier League. So the advantage is with Cross, but you can never write this man Smith off.
Smith moving a little better this week.
Yes, I mean, do you know what? Sometimes, as we see with Gerwyn Price with the Achilles tendon, when you don't expect too much out of yourself because of an injury, you kind of relax a little bit. And sometimes it works. You don't put yourself under pressure, especially with Smith. If he keeps that fluency going and doesn't throw any darts away, doesn't get sloppy, and he's got a great chance.
Cheers, Rod. Let's hand over to Wayne Marlin. Rod Stud.
Thank you, Dave. Yes, the northerly outpost of the UK, of the Premier League, and a very attractive 5-match card tonight with a lot of games that appear to be very close, and this is amongst them. As
thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Rod and Dave were just saying, they met just a few days ago at the UK Open. Cross prevailed in the semi-final. He prevailed 7-5 twice in the Premier League against this opponent last year. Can he uphold that form, or has Michael Smith got his most spectacular performance yet of 2019? He's yet to really have lift-off. He did win last week, Wayne, but he never really hit the heights we saw in 2018.
No, that's right. He was 3-1 down against Barney, not playing particularly inspired stuff, and he turned it round well. But yeah, there's not been kind of the 107, 108 averages that we have kind of expect from Michael Smith now, because he's that good. Premier League runner-up and World Championship runner-up. He is the one that people were saying before a dart was thrown in this event that he can maybe go one better than last year, and he finished second in the league as well.
His Cross was 4th in his debut Premier League year, and such is the stature now, the two players, it's almost difficult to believe they've only played 3 Premier League seasons before this year.
Yeah.
100. Michael
Cross has a good head-to-head record, 10-3. He leads. Smith starting 96. Better than Cross, in control of this first leg. Rob Cross at the aforementioned UK Open that Nathan Aspinall won. Well done, Nathan, by the way, that was fantastic.
58, Michael Ricard, 56.
Beating Rob Cross in the final. Yeah, Rob Cross was out on his feet, out of puff. He needs to show a bit more in the coming legs than he did in that first one.
Well, it was rather a continuation to his out-of-gas performance against Nathan Aspinall, where he averaged in the mid-80s.
60.
Well, he's not got going in this yet. That's not to say he won't get going, but Michael Smith will be delighted with his opponent's start. Got an easy ride in that first leg.
57.
Every leg counts, doesn't it? This is the league format. Top 4 after 16 matches go through to the playoffs in London.
100.
And invariably, legs difference plays a part.
81.
Michael is moving so much better than Sunday when I watched him.
Well, of course, in that tournament he was having to play multiple matches, wasn't he? And 3 of them on a Sunday, and all of them, well, it would have been 3 had he got to the final, and all of those matches longer than the one he's going to play tonight, which is obviously only a
93.
12-leg game maximum.
Well, me, Rod Harrington and Dave Clark were standing on the stage earlier, and I've got to say, the noise that these Aberdonians are making, there's going to be a right racket when Hendo strides up on that stage, I'll tell you.
Yes, last game on versus Van Gerwen. First game on, Cross versus Smith. That will do nicely to leave double 16 at the end of a 3-dart combination to level the match.
69.
Well, can't say that opens the door, but there's just a little bit of light emanating from within. Needs the treble 20 for Smith.
41, Robbie require 32.
The darts seem to be going in quite firmly for both players. Normally, Rob Cross, some of his darts kind of look like they're struggling to penetrate the sisal, which is the plant that the boards are made of. But not tonight, as the first one gets hit by Michael Smith.
It's
all right, isn't it? Go on then.
On he ploughs into the red furrow, but could not find the third treble, which would have left the 9-dart leg. We've had 9-dart legs here. Taylor Painter, wasn't it?
Yes.
Taylor against Painter.
We nearly witnessed the 9-darter last week with Gerwyn Price missing double 12.
Yes.
130.
What a leg. Go on, leave 4.
Michael require 51.
Leaves 124, and that doesn't really rattle the cage of the bully boy. Tops, double 10. Michael Smith, and a very impressive leg of darts, goes 2-1 up. Both players threatening a 9-dart leg early on in that leg.
Yeah, and in the end, Rob Cross hitting that just 60.
34.
Not giving the leg away, but just making it that little bit more comfortable for this man. I thought in the UK Open, Michael Smith was looking as good as anyone. He was just dismantling all before him, and then Cross sorted him out.
93.
Well, a curious event with another lackadaisical display from Michael van Gerwen.
Yeah.
He was ousted by Mervyn King
96.
early on in the piece, and a lot of, not question marks about Michael van Gerwen, that would be silly talk, but just a little curiosity about what he'll do tonight. Will he roar back, or will it be more mediocre stuff? That's not mediocre stuff from Rob Cross, is it? That's his first maximum, 9 darts into the leg, and he leaves 94.
123. Rob, you require 94.
60.
54.
All Michael Smith can do is try and leave 24.
140. Rob, you require 40.
Well, it's for a level game, but Smith waiting on a 2-dart combo to swoop for the lead if the former world champion misses. Does not miss.
Rob Cross. Fifth leg is Michael, the through first. Game on.
Yeah, after the first leg, Cross has now settled.
89.
He's played some good stuff in this Premier League so far. Just had one kind of misfire when he played Michael van Gerwen. Apart from that, the average is 102, 103 thereabouts every game.
Yeah, 3 averages in 3 figures, and that aberration, as you mentioned, against Van Gerwen, which has seen him 3rd in the table. Smith, 1 off the bottom.
85.
In fact, when he played Barneveld last week, he was on the bottom until he beat Barney. And he's under pressure here on his own throw. Is this a key leg, the 5th leg of the match?
Yeah, I think the game that may hurt Michael Smith was when he played Peter Wright in the 2nd week. I think he was 5-1 up, if I remember correctly, and all he got was a draw.
60.
And he was by far the better player in that contest as well. Credit to Wright in that match. Taken the throw.
100. $140. Rob your car, 164.
Good contest. 54. 60. Bullseye!
Into the 5th leg.
Oh, you know what that was, don't you? That was a pop.
Dropped it through first. Game on.
Well, not only was it a pop, whatever that means, it was the highest finish of the Premier League 43. In 2019 up to press.
Yes, that was fantastic.
And at a really crucial time in the match, against the throw, midway 42. Through the match, to break Smith and take command of this contest now, Rob Cross.
Smith there, though, just losing that tiny bit of composure that he kind of needed right there and then. Your opponent's just taken out 164 to break and then starts 43 on his own throw. That's when you just have to plough in. You have to plough in with a big one, and Smith couldn't. So, after being broken, an opportunity was given to him.
137.
Well, Cross may have given, but now he aims to take away another leg from his opponent
42.
And go 2 in front. He's got every chance of so doing now with a lead of 97 here, plus these 3 darts, and he really has started after that first leg, Wayne, where it was dross from Cross. Since
60.
then, it's been top quality play from the former champ, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
Really good from Rob Cross since that opening leg.
134.
First big one, Smith's hit in a while.
61.
Kind of gone missing, really, the last 2 legs. 51. Don't think he'd have gone for it, I've got to say.
93.
Well, a real biggie here needs a treble.
100.
Gets on some pressure.
68.
Gives him a squeak because Cross, though, almost guaranteed to get 1 dart at double, not forced to get any more than that. We'll hope for 2. We'll get 2 at double 4 next to his pet double 18, and next door neighbour is at home, and it's 4-2 to Rob Cross. He's run 3 consecutive legs here.
57.
Yeah, Smith is a bit off the mark. Since 2-2, he's found it tough going. And you have an off period of 2 or 3 legs against these boys. Invariably, you get beaten. Oh, what a response!
Well, no player in world darts would be shorter odds to hit a treble 20 after finding the first 2 than Michael Smith, would they?
100.
Would they?
No. All right.
Once he finds 1 and 2, I make him a certainty 1 to 3 to hit the
122.
3rd one. He's just nudged in front now in this leg, and he's got to hold here, hasn't he? To go 5-2 behind would be disastrous.
Well, especially at 2-2, he was holding all the aces. Oh, and again, Yeah, the first 60 had just been sitting up that little bit more in the bed. Defending you there.
Yeah, thank you. Another big moment in the match for a double break. Double 13, having hit the treble. Brilliant finishing.
Show the 7th leg. Rope cross.
Brilliant control. Superb performance here from the former world champion. It really is. And he's 5-2 up with a double break. So comfortable tonight, Rob Cross, doesn't he? And in contrast, as you mentioned, Wayne, that final against Nathan Aspinall, when he looked like, frankly, he could collapse in a heap at any time. He was mentally and physically shot, wasn't he? And he's come back refreshed here in Aberdeen, and he really looks top-notch.
I did point out in the very first leg that the darts seem to be entering the board firmer, which normally equates to your timing's better. I've got to say, I don't think he's looked half as snatchy tonight as what he has done in the last week or so. The release has been earlier, the release has been better. But the finishes of 164, 68 and 81 in the last 3 legs. Absolutely majestic from Cross.
140.
Taking his average to a shade over 106. Which, if it were to be the finishing average, would be the highest of this 2019 running. He's already had the highest finish we've seen this year so far, that 164 treble 18, treble 20 bull. That was the one that gave him the lead, 3-2. Double 8 for 6-2. Magnificent. Well, what a run of 5 legs here, Wayne, from 2-1 down to 6-2 in front. With Michael Smith not having a dart at double.
Yeah.
60.
Just being royally outplayed. But 2-2. Michael Smith has slightly, ever so slightly,
96.
gone off the ball where this man has got better.
And if he does win from here, which looks extremely likely,
135.
he would go to 7 points. We've already added 1 on for Rob Cross there because he's guaranteed a point having reached 6 legs. If he converts the 6-2 lead into a win, he'll go to 7, which will put him above Van Gerwen, who plays last tonight, and above Wade, who's 99. On 5, and Price, who's on 5.
Yeah, and the legs difference.
And the legs difference, yeah.
99.
An enjoyable trip north of the border for the man from Hastings.
Well, last week, Cross battered Gurney. Now he's
96.
giving Smith an absolute pummeling. Final of the UK Open. Life's good for Rob Cross right now.
57.
He's not happy, is he?
Why would you be?
Oh, fair point.
Smith will almost certainly leave Aberdeen with only 3 points. He could be bottom of the league.
93. Michael
Raymond and Barneveld to play later this evening against Snaky, Peter Wright.
Of course, this is a
60.
This is a good result so far.
170.
Well, good scoreline so far for RVB. He wants Smith to lose. And if Cross can go 17 tops, Smith will lose.
97. Michael Gerwen, 90.
Well, almost a surprise when he misses. Single again, leaves the ball, didn't even attempt the treble. He didn't need to attempt the treble. Pins the pin. Stays in the match. A rueful shake of the head for Michael Smith. It's his first dart at a double, seemingly since yesterday. But it does keep him alive. Not impossible to win 4 consecutive legs of darts.
Not when you're as good as Michael Smith.
140.
He's only been afforded 4 darts at a double. That one we just saw against the bull was the 4th, and he's only missed 1 of those, Michael Smith. That's what crumbs he's had to dine out on from the top table, occupied by Rob Cross.
And that miss didn't matter. It was off a combination of 56, and he missed the top to take out double 10. And now he's got 140, 180. He's now in control of this leg. Wow, this is turned round. Wow, this is turned round again.
139.
I've got a break here, Michael Smith, and then hold, and then it'll at least last
100.
Rob Cross to finish off on his own darts in leg 12, which seemed a very improbable outcome 5 minutes ago. Remember, Cross has missed one dart for the match in a combination finish at tops.
He missed the 117, didn't he?
132.
Well, Smith took out 90 to stay in it. Now he's going to have to take out 81. Double 13.
68.
Just kind of lunged at that.
12.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to go for the big single to leave the ball again, which we saw him hit in the last leg. Is this the end? Surely! Double 3, though. There it is. A deserved and comprehensive win for Rob Cross. He won 5 legs consecutively mid-match to take command, and now gets the job done, and at least temporarily, Voltage is top of the Premier League.
It goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Numbers jump.
An action-packed night here in Aberdeen. Rob Cross kicking off in style, a 7-3 victory over Michael Smith. Up next, Daryl Gurney against James Wade. Wade beat Van Gerwen last week. Then Mensur Suljovic takes on Gerwyn Price, the only unbeaten player in this year's league. Then Barney against Peter Snakebite Wright. And rounding off the night, Michael Van Gerwen against Big John Henderson. Rob Cross, top of the table, 7 points. Michael Smith, 8th position, just 3 points so far. Really fine performance from Rob Cross, 103.963 to average, 54% on the doubles, a 164 high checkout in scintillating form. Really good performance from Rob Cross, huh?
Yeah, he was 2-1 down and then found himself 6-2 up through brilliance, to be fair. We saw on the stats there the 164 finish, but after that there was a 68, 81 and 87, and Smith had kind of buckled by then and he pulled out the 90 to get what we thought might be back in it, but Cross was just too good. And he's had 5 games now and 4 of those have been ton plus, and the other one was that debacle against Van Gerwen that just wasn't very good at all. So he's doing it on a more than regular basis, but that one game still kind of sticks in the mind.
That 164 was fantastic, wasn't it?
Well, he likes, it's not unconventional, the 3 segments, but he always goes the 54 first, which is slightly unusual. And it was very, very good. But like I said, it was the finishes after that. He kind of made Michael Smith miss because he kept leaving shots, after 9 and 12 and taking them out. Very, very good performance again.
Up next, Daryl going against James Wade. How's this going to go?
Well, Daryl started the season really well. Seems to have tailed off a bit. He played well in the UK Open against Michael Smith. Just lost out 10-9. Wade, for me, has been as good as anyone in the Premier League. He's looked deadly. We know he takes his opportunities, but he's one of those that can seem to muster a win from nowhere. And that's a trait that I think will win tonight. I don't think it's 104, 105 average, 97, 98 average. I think Wade just gets his man 7-5.
Can Gurney get back to winning ways? Find out next.
That's fireworks, all right.
Huge start for a big-time player. This is sheer quality.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to magnificent Aberdeen. It's the Unibet Premier League. That's brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. We are live on Sky Sports. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, a former Premier League champion and the winner of 9 TV tournaments. Ladies and gentlemen, the machine, James Wade. Champion and the winner of the Players' Championship Finals. Time to meet Super G Daryl Gurney.
Touching hands, reaching out, touching me. Touching you, sweet Caroline. Good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was, but now touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Good times never seem so good. I've been
I don't think James Wade wants to get involved there.
What gave you that idea?
A cold night in Aberdeen, but that's warmed up the cockles of heart, isn't it?
Yeah, that was good. You can't beat a 70th birthday, can you? That's what it reminds me of every single time I hear it.
Gurney hoping to bounce back after an absolute thrashing last week from Rob Cross.
Yeah, like I kind of alluded to, Dave, he's been playing some real good stuff, but last week was horrible for him. Nothing was going right. Historically, he's a big 180 hitter. Last year he had the most 180s in the Premier League. This year he's only had 7 so far, and James Wade has got double that. So I expect Daryl to put that right tonight. I expect him to maybe even match that total. His first start has just not looked good so far the last few weeks. Hopefully it goes better for him tonight.
Wade, phenomenal display last week, 7-3, beat Van Gerwen.
Just does the right things at the right time, and like we've said so often, he's very, very good at every aspect of the game. His finishing is the best part. His consistency is right up there with those throughout history. we know that he's not the biggest scorer in the world, but when you kind of hit consistent tons and 140s at the right moment, you kind of don't need to hit 180s, 140s every shot.
Cheers, Wayne. Rod Harrington, Nigel Pearce, new commentary team.
Thank you, Dave. Yes, James Wade, who averages 100 in the Premier League so far, 100.02 in the 4 matches that he's played so far. A couple of points off top spot right now after Rob Cross went top with that victory over Michael Smith and that excellent display first up tonight. Daryl Gurney, meanwhile, heavy defeat at the hands of a very much informed Rob Cross in Exeter 7 days ago, looking to bounce back, as well as his defeat to Michael Smith, Minehead at the weekend as well. 2 wins and 2 draws so far for Super Chip.
Well, Wayne mentioned, Nige, that Daryl Gurney's first start, and the first start you throw is the most important. It gives you a line and length, and if it keeps going low on the treble, it's very hard and it gets very frustrating that you can't find the treble. And straight away, Daryl Gurney's having that problem. Both them first 2 throws, the dart is low. He's just got to over pitch a little bit. Now that's better. He's got line and length there. He can find the treble from that first dart, but the low dart, he can't find the treble.
95.
Yeah, Wade consistent at the double. He's finishing one of the best in the business, no doubt, but consistent at hitting a ton as well. 71 times in this Premier League so far he's hit a ton score, and that has really laid the foundations as a successful campaign. Just the 1 defeat in 4 for James Wade. Not too far behind Gurney here. That's a nice treble. Such a typical 140.
It is
for James Wade.
It is, Nigel. I mean, he just has this knack to throw sucker punch darts. I mean, and all of a sudden Gurney will be thinking, well, if Wadey only hits a ton, I'll be okay. But all of a sudden Wadey hits the 140, leaves him on a 68, and the way Wadey's been playing, you fancy him to take this out.
12 leaves tops for a break of throw in the first leg of the match. No problem.
First leg.
James Wade is off and running.
Second leg is James.
Daryl Gurney knows the significance of that. He has lost the first leg with the darts. And James Wade now almost at 50% for the tournament finishing stats. And here he goes.
140.
Well, if you look at the games from last week, Daryl Gurney had the worst average of last week in Exeter, and James Wade played the best match, beating Michael Van Gerwen like he did. So coming into this match, I mean, I know we're in the first leg, but Daryl Gurney has got to find, he's got great scoring power, but what happens is when he's a little bit on the back foot, he's put more pressure on the chances he does get at a double, because, you know, especially Wade, he's always going to be thereabouts.
Yeah, nothing flash about Wadey, nothing flamboyant, just gets the job done. Looking very cool and finding at least that 1 treble 20 with every visit to the board, and that's enough for him at the moment, the way the game's going. Daryl can't find any consistency at all here. Just a point above Michael Smith, but
134.
4 players on 4 points. Suljovic, Wright, Gurney, 3 players on 4 points. Now they'll go up to 14 to set it up here. Wadey looking good now.
Yes, he didn't have to use the bullseye route because Daryl on 171 is not on a checkout. Mind you, Wade did take a beautiful 1-2-1 out to go 5-2 against Michael Van Gerwen last week.
40.
However, he's now got 3 darts at his favourite double top. Only needs the 1. That's 2 out of 2 on the doubles for this match. And it looks a little bit bad for Daryl Gurney at the moment.
Well, especially with the way Wade is finishing right now. Head to head, by the way. 4 apiece from their 8 encounters. But James has made by far the better starts here. Daryl has to get his act together, and again, there is so typical of James Wade with that last start, finding the treble 20 to maintain his consistency.
Now, Wade is one of the few players in the game that can adapt from low darts and just over pitch and find the treble. Daryl Gurney can't. Daryl Gurney's darts are a lot longer than James Wade's, and they kick up a little bit more. And because of that, the low darts are not good for Gurney, but Wade can get over it.
James has hit 4 ton 40s already here. Daryl yet to find one. Wade averaging 109.5. We're in the third leg of this match. Gurney cannot afford to let this leg slip, even at this relatively early stage.
You're right, to go 2 breaks down to James Wade in a race to 7 is not going to be good news. But I mean, he is well off, and you can see his confidence is starting to drain from him. And James Wade will see that and think, I just put in a nice little goal. Ton now will do it.
43.
Well, let's give Gurney an outside chance here. He needs to find one big treble, though.
It's got to come down a little bit. Another one to do him quite nicely here. Just put a little bit of pressure on. Good recovery. Wade let him off the hook there. Should have been in a better position than 158. However, another one of those leaves double 19 for a 158 finish. Oh my goodness! That hurts Gurney big time. James Wade with a 158 checkout. He has not missed a double in 3 legs yet, and that hurts Gurney.
Do you know what? James Wade hits the 1-5 out to take the leg from Gurney and just walks back as if to say, well, I do it all the time. You're not surprised, are you? And that would hurt me. I'd look at James Wade walking back and I'd get a bit fierce and angry and probably tighten up even and play even worse. But I mean, that is so. We keep saying it's typical James Wade, but it is at the moment.
Again, straight in the treble 20. Time for a first 180. No. 6 ton 40s now and averaging 108.12. Look at that. Fantastic and finishing. Gurney's not had a sniff.
140.
Superb doubling from Wade. Holds his throw here at 4-0. Long way back for Gurney. James Wade just the 1 defeat so far, and that magnificent victory against Michael van Gerwen in Exeter last week. 7-3. What a performance. Treble 20. Now treble 18 leaves him a double, and that double is double 12 for 4-zip. First dart he's missed at a double.
Someone check his brow, he's missed a dart and a double. Well, these may be the only chances that Daryl Gurney's going to get at the moment. He's going to have a dart at least at the bullseye. Now it's double 14, needs this, and it's close but not close enough.
Width of the wire, agony for Daryl Gurney. Double 6, surely he won't let him off the hook here. No, he doesn't, middle of the bed, no problem. And no reaction, no emotion from James Wade. Just methodical, doing his job, making it look pretty straightforward. And he's been there as well to punish Gurney and hurt him, like punching his opponent while he's on the ropes, waiting for the knockout punch. Needs a treble 20 and gets it. Nice use of the 2 above. Good stuff from Wade. Now can Daryl dig deep here, find something special like this? Fill it up, Daryl.
140.
Well, he threw that, wasted that dart. Didn't need every 180 you can find at the moment, Daryl. I mean, last week, at one time against Rob Cross, we thought that it was going to be a 7-0 on the cards, and if he isn't careful, he's going to start thinking that again this week.
That's the first 180 of the match. Look at Wade's average now.
100.
Gurney's up a ton as well, but it's 4-zip down. You're averaging 100.9 and you're 4-0 down. Look at this from Wade again.
140.
8 140s, averaging up at 111.8 now. Gurney, he knows it's got to go. Treble 11 now. Double 14 for his first leg on the board.
107.
Just dipped inside.
81.
James Wade knows this is a golden opportunity. Beautiful treble 19 for double 12. He's making it look simple, isn't he? 5-zip, and Wade has to throw in this next leg.
Clinical darts from the machine, James Wade. And he just has, like we keep talking about, the knack of punishing people. I mean, Gurney's just missed 2 checkouts in their previous legs of 121, missing that double 14 both times. and he doesn't get another visit, he's probably thinking, what am I going to do? But now, Nige, he's thinking 7-0. I don't want to have a 7-0. It's embarrassing. And this is where he tightens up. Just got to let them flow. Yeah.
Look at the doubles here. It's absolutely superb. From James Wade, here he goes again. And another point to make here as well, Rod. At 5-zip, James Wade's leg difference goes up to +9 from +4. That could be important in the final reckoning. Rob Cross has gone up to +9 tonight as well. So, +8, I should say.
100.
But 5-0 at the moment, potentially 6-0. And James Wade will have gone from +4 legs difference to 10. That's almost worth an extra point in itself, Rod, in the league table.
Yes, it certainly is. And what James Wade, if he can go on and win this game, win it convincingly, all of a sudden, you kind of think, well, he may have 1 foot in those playoffs, in that top 4. Putting points on the board early is what you've got to do. It takes the pressure off as you move forward week on week. Of course, it's Premier League. There's no let-off. There's no playing an easy player on the next Thursday. It just does not happen.
Well, he's going to be back anyway here. Wade needed a treble 20 to leave double 8 there, so tops his favourite double when he comes back. Hasn't missed at tops yet.
81. Gerwyn 40.
So here we go, tops for 6-0. That's me mentioning that he'd not missed one. Double 10 will do. 6-0, James Wade will not be beaten. And Daryl Gurney needs to win 6 on the spin to get a point. 107.3 average, James Wade. 6 out of 8 at the finish.
140.
75% checkout stats. Wow.
Yes, exceptional darts from James Wade.
100.
He isn't going to stop. You know, this is the sort of guy at the moment that's not going to go off the boil. Daryl Gurney's going to have to work hard to win a leg.
82.
180 from James Wade. 9 140s though. They're the counts that Wade has improved on. That's his second one, as I say that.
But when you look at his tournament stats as well, it's brilliant. Here we see the average is 109.5 on the night. His tournament average is 101. So there you go, 101.2
105.
the whole of the league, and he didn't play in this Premier League last year, remember. What a return! What a return.
Well, the way Wade's playing, 116 Nige, you kind of know he's going to have a dart at the double.
116.
Oh, this could be embarrassing for Daryl Gurney. Oh, he wants that double 18 for a whitewash. And a whitewash it is!
James Wade simply stunning here in Aberdeen. What a performance, a 158 and a 116. 109.5 average. And James Wade now moves on to 7 Premier League points, level with Rob Cross at the top of the table for now, but a head on legs difference. What a performance, and what a 2 weeks in the Premier League for this fella. Confirming, James Wade beats Daryl Gurney with a whitewash, 7-0.
Turning into a special night here in Aberdeen. Rob Cross, 103.96 street average, a 7-3 victory over Michael Smith. 109 average from James Wade and a 7-0 victory over Daryl Gurney. Up next, Mensur Suljovic against Gerwyn Price. Barney takes on Peter Snake by Wright. And rounding off the night, Michael Van Gerwen against Big John Henderson. Brilliant display from James Wade. Gurney couldn't live with it. Some fine finishing. James Wade, a whitewash, celebrates a magnificent performance. Wade on a roll. He's top of the table, 7 points. Daryl Gurney, 4 points, minus 10 leg difference, not good. The match stats for James Wade, really good. I mean, the finishing fantastic, the average amazing.
Yeah, I literally just spoke to Daryl Gurney and he said he didn't miss anything, he didn't give me a chance, and in the end he buckled. When James Wade plays like that, he's very much, that 109 average was more or less from start to finish. It wasn't 120, 110 and 105 and 120 again. It was like this, and that makes him so unplayable at times. He did not relent, and the 158, I know he was 2-0 up at the time, but that kind of started it, and that made Daryl panic. That was just a brilliant professional performance.
It shows how competitive this league is. Starts tonight, Van Gerwen top, then Cross went top, then Wade's gone top.
And we could end up with Michael Van Gerwen back on top. It's the way we want to see it. It's been like that the last few years because all the guys are so good. But what is kind of, I think it's surprising, is that some players are getting beaten by big scores, not every week, but Daryl Gurney's won 1 leg in 2 weeks. Now that's Daryl Gurney. He's a world-class operator. He's a twice major champion. It's slightly surprising, but it shows you how tough the Premier League is.
Massive checkouts, 116 and 158 as well.
Yeah, James Wade is just, we know he's a good finisher. He's a great combination finisher, but it's the timing of it. Daryl Gurney was sitting on 54. It could have easily have gone 2-1 and then who knows. But that was to win the match. Daryl, Sporting League, shakes his hand. He could have skulked off after being beaten 7-0, but no, he took it like a man.
The standard ridiculous tonight already.
They're used to seeing it. I understand why they're seeing good darts because it's the Premier League, but there's something about it here. There's 2 9 darters we've seen and the world record average. Maybe something's in the water and there's going to be another 9 because they seem really settled up here for some reason.
We mentioned the lead at the top keeps changing all night. Gerwyn Price could go top.
Well, there you go, another one. And it wouldn't be wrong if he was to because there's been a lot of talk about him playing the second best darts in the world behind Michael Van Gerwen. I think that's right now. He's continuously playing to a high standard. In Mensur, he's got a toughie. He really has. Mensur looked jaded a couple of weeks ago. At the UK Open, he looked good, but still got beaten. Tough one to call, but I've just gone for a Price win because he's riding the crest of a wave.
Cheers, Wayne. Will Price get it right on the night in Aberdeen?
The price is right! Gerwyn Price now flexing his muscles literally and metaphorically.
Darting entertainment at its finest.
Gerwyn Price, the first Welsh winner of a PDC major.
When you're not walking and talking as a man.
problem. Hashtag problem.
Simply sensational!
That is incredible.
Where do you know me from? 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 Where do you know me from?
Oh, that is unbelievable!
My name is the problem.
Sensational Suljovic!
Live in the flesh.
Mensur Suljovic, too good!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Unibet Premier League, coming to you from the amazing city of Aberdeen. Yes, welcome back to the action. We are live on Sky Sports. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands in attendance and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, from Austria, the former German dance master and the winner of the Champions League, the gentle Mensur Suljovic. Gentlemen, the winner of the Grand Slam and 6 PDC ranking events, the Iceman, Gerwyn.
Light up the stage and wax the chump like a candle. Dance, crush the speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly, when I play a dope melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it, you better can't wait. You better hit bulls out of kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
Not the best reception strider player there.
Yeah, I can understand the Gerwyn price. They're singing about Gary Henderson now. But Mensur's walk-on song just had football connotation, so we'll forget about that.
How's that going to affect them up there, do you think?
I don't think it will. Gerwyn Price, I've got to say that the way he's dealing with everything since that Grand Slam we just mentioned, he's put his head down, he's just playing the dance of his life. He's concentrating.
Is it the only unbeaten player in this year's Premier League, which is a fine record?
Yeah, it's fantastic against this clientele that he's playing week in, week out. And the games that he's drawn, he probably should have won 2 of those. In Mensur, he's got a nut to crack, but the thing with Mensur, he really is going through one of those phases of playing decent stuff but not getting the wins he deserves. Maybe it changes tonight, but I just fancy Gerwyn Price to carry on unbeaten and maybe win.
No, he's in here tonight. Rod Harrington, Rod stood your commentary team.
Thank you, Dave. Match 3, the first 2 matches of the night have seen new leaders of the Premier League at the end of them, Rob Cross and James Wade. Wade currently at the summit. Price can go there, and then Van Gerwen could at the end of the evening. And the first 2 matches, according to the bookmakers' odds, were set to be closely contested, but the fact is that Rob Cross and James Wade have handed out 2 towellings to Michael Smith and Daryl Gurney. In Wade's case, it was a whitewash. What have we got in store here between Suljovic and Price? And Price, of course, defeated Suljovic on the way to that epic victory at the Grand Slam of darts. Can he repeat that feat, Rodney, or has Mensur got other ideas, do you think?
Well, certainly Price is playing the better out of the two. I mean, Mensur's been very unlucky in the Premier League, not only this year, last year. I mean, he still had over 100 average and got relegated. But the one thing that Price has got to do today, I mean, he does get booed on stage, but tonight it's going to be even more. He referred to it last week when he was going for a double. They were giving him a bit of stick. I mean, he's big enough. He's got big enough shoulders to handle it. At the moment, especially in the UK Open at the weekend, he's taken out some tremendous checkouts. And we know what that does for James Wade. So it's going to be interesting how the first 2 or 3 legs go for Gerwyn Price and how he gets over this noisy crowd.
Yes, at the UK Open, it seemed as though he was on course for another 59 big TV title when he went through to the semi-finals and started the semi-finals as favourite, but then was upset by Aspinall. He showed on a classic defeat there, Rodney, didn't he, Gerwyn Price? He turned him from Gerwyn Price to Gerwyn Knights, didn't he, afterwards?
Well, Nathan Aspinall is one of the young fellas that has come through the system, and I don't think you can be nasty to a young man like that. He's a super lad, and we will see him next week in Nottingham. He's going to be replacing Gary Henderson there, and it's going to be interesting to see how he plays with him winning the UK Open at the weekend.
Yes, it was a good pick, wasn't it? The contender spot in Nottingham. We're going to see Nathan. Tonight, big John Henderson will be rocking into town to take on Van Gerwen. Suljovic will not be clearing the table here. Price with a break opportunity on 107.
97. Gerwen, you require 107.
10 for tops for the Welshman, who lives up to his Iceman nickname. Cool as you like. 107 out. Price leads 1-0 with a break of throw.
Yeah, so that's just where Gerwyn Price's game is at the moment. I mean, like I said earlier on, he's taken out so many checkouts under pressure. And when you do that, you can kind of think, well, if my scoring power's not quite there, I know I'm always going to get chances. And that's what we used to say about James Wade. Although now Wade is, having averages over a ton, which he becomes extremely dangerous. But Price at the moment is playing as good as he can do, I think.
Wade averaged 109 this evening.
139.
Which is his highest winning average in the Premier League. He did have an average of 110 in defeat against Van Gerwen. Rod was mentioning the
45
reception that Price has received here in Aberdeen, but it was worse in Glasgow where he drew with Van Barneveld. In fact, he should have won that game, shouldn't he? Just fell apart at the back end of the game and allowed Barney an opportunity to nick a point, and he obliged. But Price's standard of play, as you've mentioned, Rod, over the 4 weeks we've seen so far has been quite superb, hasn't it?
Absolutely, and the ironic thing is he ruptured his Achilles tendon, had to have an operation. And I think what that did, Rod, was when he come back, he was thinking, well, I can't win anyway, so I'll just go up there and play darts. And that made him a little bit more relaxed, and then all of a sudden he finds, an extremely good throw and taking out shots under pressure. And he is where he is now.
140.
Well, he's already taken out 107. You've got to fancy it with at least one dart at it. Well, it can only be one dart at a double, 2 tops. Well, Suljovic's turn to take out the ton plus.
To break straight back, Mensur will look at the big 18 for the top of the shop. He cannot do what Price did the leg before, and now Gerwyn Price with double top to double his lead. Really clean and clinical finish from Gerwyn Price. 2-0. He has this excellent record against Mensur Suljovic. They've met 13 times. Price has won 9 of those. The biggest, as I mentioned, that semi-final of the Grand Slam when he came from a mile behind to win 16-12, which then set up the now infamous clash with Gary Anderson, which he won and ultimately had to pay a rather substantial financial price.
85.
But he really has bounced back from all those controversial and contentious headlines
95.
to display his qualities as a very, very fine darts player.
Yeah, that's a credit to him. I mean, a lot of players would have, you know, started complaining, this shouldn't have happened, that shouldn't happen, I shouldn't get booed. But I think Pricey, coming from a professional rugby background, he's used to all that aggression, and possibly used a bit too much of the rugby aggression on the dartboard. But you know,
84.
That's happened. You can't turn back time, so he's just gone on with it, and that's what he's done. And he hasn't really complained about the stick he's got from the crowd, and his darts are proving that he's an absolute quality player.
Last year's Premier League, he couldn't lift a leg up, he couldn't win a game, and he finished rock bottom and disappeared
95.
after the opening rounds of matches. That's not going to happen this year. In fact, it's a very solid bet to arrive at the O2 in May, as Mensur has to hit tops to get a leg back. And just as he did in the previous attempt, drags it right down, and Price again with the 107 he had to break in the first leg, Ron.
He did. He wants treble 16 for tops now. Well, Mensur's going to come back. Mensur cannot give up this chance. If he's going to get anything out of this game, he's got to pin a double on this visit. Now, that's a perfect guide. Oh, is he going to pull this low? He's pulled the tops low. Well, put him back in the game, and the big relief from the big Austrian.
Well, a big double five, last start in hand finish for the gentle, because had he missed there, Gerwyn Price was on a 2-dart combination and odds on to go 3-0 up with a double break. Could be a significant last start in hand double for Mensur.
Well, I don't know about Gerwyn Price being a rugby player. The size of Mensur Suljovic, you have him in your back row, is it? Rodders, I'm a southerner, I don't.
That is one of the positions, Rodney, yes.
Well, if them two are stuck in your back row, you ain't going to get me running at them, I can assure you.
134.
Brilliant stuff. Leaves 134 after just 9 darts thrown. Gerwyn Price.
140. Giving him 134.
Mensur on a bogey. Oh, that's not going to help.
78.
Well, that last start puts him on a 2-dart combination.
Yeah, that was a superb last start. Mensur would have been thinking, well, just hit a bare number 97. And I've got a chance. A 2 darts, a double top to keep that 2-leg lead for Gerwyn Price. Now the 10s. Oh, he's pinned it, and that smile said it all from the Welshman.
One for the cameras there from Gerwyn Price. Goes 3-1 up, and well, after Van Gerwen got beat by James Wade last week, Price now the only unbeaten player in the 2019 Premier League, though 3 of his previous 4 matches have ended in a draw, but has not lost a game, and he's well on the way to extending that unbeaten run.
100.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, Gerwyn Price back-to-back Pro Tour wins. Run them on a Saturday and a Sunday, and to do that, I mean, you need to hold your concentration. 128 tour card holders play off on one day, and he walked away with both titles and a nice little £20,000. And you've got to have a lot of endurance to keep your concentration for a long, long time. And, well, Price's fitness paid off there.
60.
A win here will put him top of the pile. And if Van Gerwen beats Henderson, they'll be the top 2 going into Nottingham next week, where they meet. What would be an eagerly anticipated matchup First, the Iceman has got to get the job done here.
50, Gerwyn to car 127.
Well, you quite fancy him to get 6 darts from here. Treble 19 will leave him the ball. Bullseye it is for a 4-1 lead, and Bullseye, he hits, and he does that so many times. The weekend, half a dozen big checkouts under pressure, and Price has done it again here in Aberdeen.
A brutal bullseye finish from Gerwyn Price. Puts the 127 in the ledger alongside the 107 that came in the opening leg of the match. He goes 4-1 up. His average is a shade over a ton. And that's without any of his trademark maximums tonight. He's had 16 in the tournament, incidentally, which puts him top of that statistical category. Mensur, well, if he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck. And it's not just raining, it's pouring on Suljovic here.
On the first 2 winners this evening, Rob Cross, James Wade. Cross with a 103 average, Wade with a 109, and now Price, if he goes on to win this with the same sort of average, he'll be over the ton.
134.
Well, it's very early on, isn't it? It's week 5 of 9 in the first phase of the competition, but Price, Van Gerwen, Wade and Cross will be opening up just a little gap on the rest of the field.
98.
If they go on here, if Price converts 4-1 into a win rod and Van Gerwen beats Henderson, as most people would expect. So just a little gap opening up between that quartet and the others.
It is. I mean, the old saying is put points on the board early, takes the pressure off late on, and certainly that will happen with them. And at the bottom, it's going to be really tight to see that one place this year instead of 2. Who's going to be relegated? Smith has, by losing this evening, has put himself back down there, but 17 tops. And this is for 5-1 for Gerwyn Price. He just loves it, doesn't he? That dart's dead centre. He didn't think, you know, you could have had a little circle there and Gerwyn Price would have hit it.
4 out of 5 on tops. And even the time he missed on tops, he hit double 10. So what difference?
140.
He's hit 5 out of 7 on the double. Was it 3 out of 4? It must, because he hit the bull, didn't he? 3 out of 4 on tops. But it's been superb finishing, 5 out of 7.
32.
As you mentioned, Rod, one player will be eliminated at the end of week 9. The Price started alongside Barneveld as the bookmakers' favourite to finish bottom. And whilst any outcome remains possible, I'd be tempted to throw the betting slip in the bin. If he wins tonight, he'll move up on to
93.
7 points.
The ironic thing about Gerwyn Price is when he got relegated last year, you know, he's put on social media, the Premier League weren't for him. He didn't enjoy it so much, the pressure and the noise, just couldn't get used to it. He's loving it now, though, isn't he?
67. Mensur,
the old saying, you only smile when you're winning.
Yes. See how a winner changes a man. Mensur desperate here to win this leg. He will win it.
He's on the 7th leg.
Gets it back to 5-2. It's only a hold and throw, but we have seen some amazing turnarounds in the Premier League this year, Rod, involving these 2 players in point of fact, and both against Barneveld, when Price from 6-2 up only drew against Barney, and Mensur was 5-1 up and only drew against Barney. So comebacks can happen in this short format.
Well, we know how good Mensur is as well. He's only got to get on a little bit of a run, and him start to hit the doubles, and it changes around as quick as anything. The one thing about both these players, you know, when they're behind, they're never going to give up. It isn't one of those where, you know, like perhaps a Barney at times, just threw the darts, can't win from here, I'll just give it away. You won't see that from these 2.
Well, that 7th leg, when Suljovic finished before Price had even started almost, has created a little bit of a paradox in the averages, because Suljovic's average now is higher than Price, which is misleading, isn't it, really?
Well, it only needs one real atrocious leg, and you know, it knocks 10 points off your average, which can easily happen.
Here is an opportunity just coming into focus for Mensur Suljovic to break back here, because though Price has left the big fish, Suljovic will be much closer to a finish after these three, and there's half a chance of getting back to 5-3 here.
58.
Missed opportunity. Needed to find a big treble and he hasn't. So, Price. I was going to say he took out 2 1-6-4s at the weekend, and he's hit the bullseye when his third dart to leave double top. Perfect setup shot from Gerwyn Price, and it looks like he's going to go and put 1 point on the board.
43.
Well, he hasn't missed double top this evening very much, has he? I think once.
And again he hits it, and the missed dart at top's there, academic, because he hit it with the second, and he guarantees himself a point. He will leave Aberdeen unbeaten after 5 rounds of the 2019 Premier League. Still to come this evening, snake bite against Barney, and then Big John Henderson, the hometown hero, against MVG. Final match of the evening here in the Granite City.
122.
Yes, the Wright v Barney match could be very interesting, because Wright, the last 2 weeks, has been 5-1 down. Managed to get a draw out of one of them, but got beaten last week. And Barney well, just isn't himself. I don't see any emotion in his game, and you need that to fire yourself up, get the adrenaline running.
Well, Barney needs points, doesn't he? He needs wins, because otherwise his great homecoming to Rotterdam in the final 2 rounds of this opening phase might be a swan song. Double 14! That would have been magnificent, Mensur. In a sense, the leg is only of small interest to Gerwyn Price. It's a leg on the Suljovic throw. He knows he's coming back with his own darts in leg 10. Mensur finds double 14. Is this the last leg? Is Price going to wrap it up with a minimum of fuss? Or have we got a twist in this tungsten tail yet?
134.
The old Price will be looking for is a nice round 15 dart leg.
60.
Now he's got this match in the palm of his hand. 1 big treble with every visit will get him down the double first.
59.
We talked a little bit at the averages tonight, especially about James Wade's 109 and Rob Cross's brilliant performance, 103. I'm just looking at Gerwyn Price's average. He's averaging under 94, and it seems so much better than that.
Yeah, he did have that one atrocious leg though. He wanted about 300 with Mensur went out, which really did hammer his averages. I have to say, Price has only hit 2 140s this evening, so to Mensur's 8. So if you looked at the stats, Rodders, you would kind of work out how his Mensur Suljovic looks in.
Well, this would be a good way to celebrate his birthday. Gerwyn Price.
55.
34 today. 34. Remember that, Rodney?
He's just a baby, isn't he?
Well, there'll be something to celebrate tonight. Looks like a big win, and
100.
maybe a glass of champagne to toast being top of the Premier League at the end of the evening. Who knows? Won't go out on 115. He's had 2 3-figure out shots so far.
59. Mensur 141.
Well, it's a big ask to skin saver. It won't happen, so Price coming back for a 2-dart combination, which
90.
gives you the opportunity to hit tops 56. For the 5th time. A fitting finish for another top-class display from Gerwyn Price. The Iceman red hot again in Aberdeen. He's unbeaten in the Premier League. He moves to the top of the pile. Is this going to be the year when Gerwyn Price becomes Premier League champion? He's a contender for sure. He beats Suljovic 7-3.
Premier League live from Aberdeen. This is what we've seen so far. Rob Cross, 103.96 through to average, a 7-3 victory over Michael Smith. James Wade whitewashing Daryl Gurney, really fine display from the machine. Gerwyn Price maintained that unbeaten start to the campaign, 7-3 over Suljovic. Up next, Barney against Peter Snakebite Wright. And rounding off the night, Michael Van Gerwen against Big John Henderson. A smiling Suljovic. A rough reception for Gerwyn Price. Doesn't seem to bother him these days. Solid display from the Welshman. Suljovic had his moments. 1-2-7 on the ball from Price. And a convincing win. Price could have gone top tonight, but 7 points, level with James Wade and Rob Cross. Mensur Suljovic, 6th position so far. Not the highest of averages, but a really good display.
It was an exceptional display from Gerwyn Price. His game at the moment, he's so confident that when he's not scoring as well, a bit like James Wade, he thinks, well, I'll take out the checkouts. He took out a 107, then he took out a 127 at crucial times. And that sometimes it's all you've got to do. The averages don't always tell the story. I mean, he played a lot better than that 93 average.
70% on the doubles, amazing.
Yeah, that was the difference. They both had 10 darts at a double. One player hits 7 doubles. Mensur hits 3. But we saw there just like the 16-ton pluses to the 12. Whilst it doesn't seem a lot of difference, that just adds a tiny bit of consistency. Mensur never really had that, whereas Price was always loitering around the 95-96 average. So when Mensur was messing up, Price was there to clean up, and that's effectively why he ran out a clean winner.
The next 2 matches, what this night's all about. Barney against Wright, then Van Gerwen against Big John Henderson.
Well, that's going to be a cracker, but Barney and Wright, I mean, Wright, the last 2 weeks has been 5-1 down in his matches. He's not getting out the gate quick enough. He's not finding his throw quick enough. But Barney's been the same. I mean, Barney just seems to be very dull. He doesn't, really get any emotion going in his game. It could be a great game because both of them players, if they turn up, can really wear that dartboard out.
Barney desperately needs a win. He could move up the table to 6 tonight with a victory.
Yeah, we go on about Peter Wright changing darts all the time. Barney's changed. He's actually gone up 2 grams. Not because of me, by the way, but we were chatting, and just when he throws a light dart, he starts floating them in and gliding them, and everything is kind of too lazy. The heavier the dart, the more Barney follows through, which is better for him. So hopefully that kind of works for him tonight. If he gets a win tonight, he's not in dire straits. If he gets a win. If he loses, he's in dire straits. He needs something to happen. He really does. And he's playing a man in Peter Wright that it's not really going his way either. It's a tough one to call this.
The night comes alive. Barney against Wright coming next.
Come on, watch me. Stay up late. Come on, everybody. We got to call the game. And we say, hey, it's a new day. Hey, I'm on my way. I wouldn't stay, even if you made me. Bring on the next phase. I'm gonna go big.
5-time champion of the world.
Army, Army.
He wouldn't like it when he's angry.
It's a kind of Dutch magic.
Barneveld has done it!
Oh, yes, Barney! Barney, rock and tear!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Unibet Premier League coming to you live on Sky Sports from the magnificent city of Aberdeen. Time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, from Den Haag in the Netherlands, in his final Premier League year, the former Premier League champion and 5-time champion of the world, Raymond and Barneveld.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. It's deep, eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night. And he's watching us all in the eye of the tiger. Face to face, out in the heat. Henderson stands hungry. They stack the odds, still we take to the street for the kill with the skill to survive. It's deep, eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night. And he's watching us now in the eye of the tiger.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet Scotland's #1, the UK Open and German Darts Masters champion, and the reigning Melbourne Darts Masters champion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this party started! Snakebite Peter!
I'm from the city where they stretch it like Slinkies. And now I'm doing shows in Helsinki. I know what y'all thinking that you
Phenomenal reception for both players. Peter Wright milking every moment of it. Barney enjoying it as well. I think he had a tear in his eye, Barney, with the amazing reception he got.
Well, Barney, wherever he goes, gets it. And Peter Wright, being Scottish as well, he gets it. But that Peter Wright will have to get his heart rate down to get over that walk-on. I mean, that was a long walk-on for Peter Wright. Sometimes the first leg can be a little bit harder, but Peter Wright, he's got to get out the gate quickly. The last 2 weeks, 5-1 down before he's even woke up. And Barney's been the same. He's not been able to find his game early on. So, in actual fact, this is a good game for both to win because they're not playing well at the moment. We know how good a quality they are, but they've got to find it.
Things aren't going well for Barney. He's dropped out of the world's top 32. 4 weeks to the Premier League, winless, bottom of the table.
Well, I honestly, just my personal opinion, think that he missed so many ranking events, he's lost his edge. And when you've lost your edge, and then when you're getting on in years, it's very hard to get the motivation. And I think that's what Barney's lost. He needs to find that spark that's going to get that back.
Can Barney bounce back? It's a brilliant start. Wayne Marvin, Nigel Pearson commentary.
Yeah, what a start for Barney here in Aberdeen. With a 180 in what is Raymond van Barneveld's last ever Premier League game in Scotland. He's vowed that he won't give up despite his slump in form.
78.
Defeat to Simon Stevenson in Minehead over the weekend, of course. Defeat to Michael Smith in Exeter. Bottom of the table. Peter Wright, meanwhile, just the 1 defeat in 4 matches so far. That was to Mensur Suljovic. So he's looking to bounce back as well. Quite an atmosphere here in Aberdeen. Plenty of support for Barney.
Yeah, he gets a lot of support wherever he goes, RVB. Everybody loves Raymond. And Peter Wright playing superbly so far. Max! 2 in the first leg, 1 each. Now Barney wants 51 for 32. Wow. That was just a lazy late release. You won't get away with doing that.
Yeah, nowhere near where he needed to be. Now treble 17 for Snakebite. 20 leaves the ball. What a way to go this would be.
62.
Raymond
60.
already floated a few darts. He was hitting double 8 OK last week.
Yeah, it's on the first leg.
Did it OK in that first leg. Yeah, it's just noticeable that Peter Wright seems to be using, I think they're a similar dart to what he's thrown a couple of times, but looks slightly heavier. They look a shorter stem and a smaller flight, and it's causing the darts to lay down and every now and again kick over to the left. Well, I'm surprised that Peter Wright changing his equipment. I'm not, I'm just passing information on.
Yeah, so very much on the countdown to Rotterdam for Raymond van Barneveld in his final year. But a big game for both players here in the context of the Premier League. Barney just on those 2 points, yet to win a match, 2 draws, 2 defeats.
41.
Peter Wright just the 1 win under his belt so far.
Yeah, he's got away with a couple of draws though, Peter, isn't Raymond, really has got away with a couple of draws, averaging 88 and 91 in those draws.
100.
Well, I think he's a Barney fan. Wow. Wow.
That gives you that idea.
Is it again?
108.
Just needs to follow through.
Yeah, well, a couple of 180s. He's averaging 112 in only the second leg of the match, of course. But a couple of ton 40s, a couple of 180s for Raymond van Barneveld. Now this would be vintage Barney if he could take this out.
Yeah, Raymond last week was playing 40 scored. He was playing Michael Smith last week and he found himself 3-1 up. And not that the finishing line was right there, but he hasn't approached the finishing line for a while to actually to win. Even in UK Open, he got beaten in his first round. So winning's not going to be that easy for Raymond. One, he's got to improve his standard of play, and two, he's got to cross that line. But he's doing a good job so far.
Well, that was a great visit from Peter Wright. Recovered nicely to leave double 19 as he prepares to come back here. Barney, though, sat on top, so Wright knows this has to go. 19s, no problem, what a pace.
Peter Wright. The leg is Raymond to throw first. Game on.
A little 13-dot leg, nice.
100.
Whilst we've marvelled over the silky smooth throw of Barney for so long, it's actually right now detrimental to what's happening with his game, because for the first time in his career, he really needs to follow through, because his timing's gone, his rhythm's not there, and now he needs to rely on just a little bit of brute force, and
50.
he hasn't got it. Look at that. That is not good.
What a piece then here. Wright knows that a victory would put him onto 6 points, one behind Wade and Cross. Michael van Gerwen can go back top of the table with a victory over John Henderson in the final game of the night. Imagine the reception for John Henderson in the next game.
I don't think we can imagine, but it's going to be so loud. They do enjoy their darts up here, they really do.
60.
Yeah, I saw John earlier looking nice and relaxed.
Was he?
He did, he looked okay. I'm not sure how nice and relaxed he'll be right now as the game edges ever closer, to be honest. He looked okay when I saw him earlier.
Yeah, I've never been one to shirk my responsibilities or a battle, but I'd rather not play Michael van Gerwen. I'd rather play someone else. Well, let's see what Barney can do here. That treble 13 was looking for. He needs Wright to miss 95. This. 57 for 38. It's gone the bullseye. We should have had a plan, really.
5 for tops. And the chance is there for Van Barneveld now.
50.
Two-dart combination for a 2-1 advantage. Big game for both here. Double 16. Now he would love his first 18. Premier League win, but chance for Peter Wright to break now at 2-1 with tops.
Oh yeah.
On the third leg, Peter on.
Averaging a ton.
Fourth leg is Peter to throw first.
Yeah, the game at the weekend against Mensur Suljovic, Peter Wright, it's only my opinion, this isn't fact. I thought that actual performance over the 18 legs that I think it went, he lost 10-8, is the best that I've seen him play in probably a year. And that is leg in, leg out. There was no off period. There was no real massive on period to kind of get him over or get him into the game. It was just brilliant stuff from start to finish, which bodes well. 102 average tonight.
Yes, and I think yourself and Rod Stone mentioned it earlier. Great win for Nathan Aspinall. Congratulations to Nathan.
Yeah, great to see.
100.
Terrific display in that final. Brilliant. Who is going to pull through here? Barneveld looked a little bit quicker there with the way through.
Yeah, I mentioned the rhythm in the previous leg, and that's what you need. When your timing's gone, you need a rhythm to get it back.
140.
John Henderson is on next. That's not him, that's someone wearing a mask of...
Oh, I thought he looked nice and cool. I'm sure it was him I saw earlier.
Yes!
It might have been him.
61. 138.
Right, what way are you going? You've got to be kind of careful here. You don't want to... Yeah, tied it up well. Barney needs 2 trebles just to keep Wright honest, as they say. He goes straight for double 19 because his darts lay down. There is absolutely no need to go for a 6.
On the full leg.
No problem.
The leg is Raymond to throw first.
Peter Wright leads. Means a lot to him. We remind you that Peter Wright, just the one defeat so far, can move on to 6 points in the Premier League tonight, within a point of James Wade and Rob Cross. And Gerwyn Price as well. 3 players on 7 points now. James Wade, Rob Cross and Gerwyn Price. Michael van Gerwen is on 6 ahead of his game with John Henderson. That's how the top of the table looks. Peter Wright could be well up there as well with a victory here tonight.
91.
I've got to say, I'm not kind of saying that Raymond should jack it in yesterday, but I think it's not nice to see a 5-time world champion, someone that's been an absolute, or is a legend of the sport. You're kind of hoping that he plays better.
Absolutely. Every time I see him.
Yeah.
Come on, Raymond, have a good one.
Yeah, and you kind of knew he was going to have a good one just a year or so, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not going his way at all.
Fill it up, Peter. Not quite, but it just makes Phil Taylor's last year all the more remarkable, going out in a world final.
Yes, and the win in the match play.
Yes.
James Wade averaged 109 earlier. Peter Wright himself is averaging 109 now.
Wright playing brilliantly though, isn't he? Treble 19 leaves double 12 for a 4-1 advantage. He's still got a dart in hand for double 6. Oh, beautifully done. Peter Wright 57% to the finish and he's 4-1 ahead, and he has the darts here. Holds, it'll be a 5-1 lead. Looking ominous for Van Barneveld now here in Aberdeen.
100.
Peter Wright averaging 107.5. He's really playing very nicely indeed. There we see 107.5 and 9 scores of a ton, 6 of a ton 40, and 180 in there as well. Yeah, consistency for Peter.
Yeah, it's just very, very good, isn't it? And a bit like the Wade performance, it's been in and around this mark since roughly the first or second leg. This kind of performance grinds you down. These are the ones that really hurt.
Yeah, and Raymond looking frustrated already. When I say already, it's 4-1 down, but he's looking frustrated. Now,
108.
That's his second 180, and his 15th of the Premier League so far in match 5. And looking good here for Snakebite for 5-1.
111 average. Double 12 again. This is absolutely brilliant. 111.79. Peter Wright is, let's be honest, in this Premier League, he's not been good at all. He's had the odd moment here and there, but he's not been great. He had a 6-all draw in the first match, the first week with Rob Cross, averaged 101 there. And since then, it's just not been good at all. But this is just on another level.
60.
But still only 1 defeat for Peter Wright.
Yeah, he sneaked a couple of draws.
Yeah, a couple of draws, yeah.
140.
It's testament to him. When he plays poorly, he can muster a draw.
60.
Wow, only 60. The door's open for Van Barneveld to kick on here and potentially hold his throw and get a second leg on the board. Oh!
108.
That's Barney at his best. Leaves a 2-dart combo on his return.
2 weeks ago in Dublin, Barney was 5-2 down against Mensur Suljovic.
81.
And pulled off a draw, an unlikely draw. he? It's an 11 dart leg. Where did that come from? Can he pull off an unlikely win, Nige?
He only needs another 5 legs.
I know.
Peter only needs 2. That's the problem. And he's hit 2 treble 20s. Can he fill it up here? There's the answer. Perfect spread of 3 darts across the bed. Look at that, left, right and centre.
I know, I saw them. I know that.
Go on, Raymond.
140.
It's great when they go in like that. It's not very often, by the way. Oh, he's in again. Is he going to go right or left, Nige? He can go left now.
140.
That would be something. Something unusual. 5 darts in to a 9.
Yeah, there's something special about Aberdeen, isn't there? We always get a memorable night here. I would suggest that Peter Wright's display here is reminding me very much of James Wade's against Daryl Gurney.
Yeah.
149.
Look at that, leaves 32, double 16. And he's only had 9 darts, so a 10 dart leg on the cards for Peter Wright here for double 16. And he will ensure that he will not be beaten again. 10 darts.
On the 8 leg, Peter off.
He'll not be
I think it's Raymond to throw first. Game on.
6-2, averaging 112.18. From the start of the second leg, he's kind of played like he did at the weekend, even though he got beat. Peter seems to have kind of turned things around. How long this is going to go on for, we don't know. But he just looks so much better this week than even last.
So only 1 defeat in 5 Premier League matches now for Wright. But looking to seal the deal for a second victory. 111.68. Decent average, to say the least. And he's got 10 tons, 9 ton 40s, 3 180s. There's another ton to add to the 10 that he's got. There you go, 11, 9, 3 across the ton table. Now Barney.
135.
Now the finishing as well for Peter Wright, 67%.
To average 111, you have to be doing a lot right, and he really is. His darts are sitting down, so reminiscent of Phil Taylor's.
Yes.
The way he's
135.
eyeing the dart up, in line with his eye, the dart, and then the target. Drawing the arm back. Is he copying PT?
105.
Now 46 for Barneveld to get a 3rd leg on the board here. Needs double 16. Well, Peter Wright is on a finish here.
141.
This would raise the roof if he was to take the match with a 1-4-1. Needs the treble 20 with the first dart. There it is, treble 19 to go within a dart of the match. Double 12 for the match.
Oh,
Peter.
Wow. Well, I was watching Raymond behind him, and Raymond had his arms crossed as if to think and kind of gesture that I'm not going to come back here. Well, I know it's all been very, very negative about Raymond, but the way Peter's played, Raymond's actually done well to get 3 legs here.
So here we go then, this could be the leg.
100.
And Barneveld has just taken his chances when he has had the opportunity without doing anything special here. Peter Wright averaging 110. It's been a superb performance, and you would expect him to kick on here with the advantage of the throw, Wayne, and get over the line here and now.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah, to win his second leg and make it 2-5. Barney went out in 11. You think that he's going to need something.
100.
along the lines of just 4 visits this time. So he's going to have to hit a 180 or 140 next, you think, and then take it out, because Peter is doing so much right. Averaging 109 now. One treble isn't enough. Oh, wow. Needs another.
100.
How wayward was that second dart? He knew he needed a big score. The opportunity was perhaps there to steal an advantage here.
That's what happens when you try to float the dart and release the dart too late. It just goes low and just keeps dropping. As Wright cracks in his 10th 140. Barney is going to need Peter Wright to miss.
83. Peter require 80.
And even then, Barneveld leaves 118. Treble 20 leaves double 10 for another match dart here for Peter Wright. Now double 5, 1 dart in hand. Whipped and a wire, couldn't have got much closer than that.
118.
Got to go, RVB. 60. He can plonk one over the top.
What a shame. What a shame for Barney. Double 5 for Wright. Here we go. Green bit. Wow, split it now. Double 1. And he gets there. Peter Wright, just 1 defeat in 5. His second victory of the Premier League. He's up to 6 league points now. Just a point behind Price, Cross and James Wade. Big result for Peter Wright. Barney stays rock bottom. And coming up after this, it's Michael van Gerwen and Big John Henderson.
Average 103.96, 7-3 over Michael Smith. 109 average from James Wade and a 7-0 victory over Daryl Gurney. Gerwyn Price, unbeaten in this competition so far, 7-3 over Suljovic. Barney beaten, 106 average from Peter Wright. And coming next, Michael van Gerwen against big John Henderson. Barney with a big walk-on. Wright with the big scores. Phenomenal finishing. 106.643 to average. A 7-3 demolition job. Peter Wright up to 5th position, 6 points. Barney at the foot of the table. Peter Wright is talking to Rod Studd.
Peter, really well done. That was a cracking performance. 106 average. There was a 10-darter in there. There was a 9-dart possibility in there. I'll tell you what, it would have been fitting if you finished on the 1-4-1 double 12 rather than double 1, but it was a brilliant performance. Just sum up how well you played for us.
Well, I actually glanced on the screen. I was averaging 111. I went, right, see if I can up that a little bit. I looked earlier and I was averaging 106. Right, I went, right, let's up it. No, well, I just wanted to, you know, perform for the amazing Aberdeen crowd. You know, we're all missing Gary. Hopefully he gets well soon and, you know, back in the Premier League and everything. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, but the Scottish fans have got the Scottish #1 player here, and yet you put on a treat, haven't you? Really? Let's be fair.
It's very difficult playing Barney Army.
Well, he's popular everywhere, Peter, to be fair, isn't he? I mean, what's it like playing? Because we know it's Raymond's farewell Premier League tour. How tough is it playing against Raymond? I know he's not at his best, but how tough is it?
Yes, it is very tough. It's like when I played Phil Taylor in the match play final. You know, it's very, very difficult. You know, Barney's an amazing guy. He's done a fantastic job for darts. You know, and it's very difficult. I'm going to miss him. You know, I miss Phil still. You know, everyone's going. I'm going to be the oldest one soon.
You're still here, Peter. Well done tonight. Great performance to see you in Nottingham. Thanks for talking to us.
Cheers, guys. Love you all.
The standard this year's Premier League has been quite phenomenal. 106.643 average from right there.
Yes, that's as good as Peter Wright's played for an awful long time. He's looked a bit edgy over the last few weeks. I mean, the last 2 weeks he's 5-1 down, and it's impossible to get a win from that sort of situation. But he took the game to Barney, and once he got in front, you know, you can see the confidence grow, and then it drained from Barney. But I can't remember a Premier League where we've had so many one-sided games. I mean, they're all top-quality players, and you're getting one player that's really playing well with over 100 averages, and the others are not just mixing it.
There's a danger that Barney could be eliminated in Rotterdam.
A big possibility. I mean, he's not totally cut adrift yet, but I don't see anything in Barney that suggests he's going to win many games, or any. He doesn't have that, you know, that emotion, that adrenaline rush that we used to see and we see from other players. It just seems at times as if he's going for emotions. He's got to find and dig deep. I know he's been around the game a long time, and that's why he's retiring, but he's still got to find something that's going to spark it off.
The local hero element of this competition has been brilliant. Special tonight, big John Henderson about to take his place on this stage.
Well, the people that have filled in for Gary Anderson have been absolutely brilliant. Tonight's not going to be an exception. I mean, John Henderson is a quality player, and if he can get a good start against Michael, he's played him plenty of times, like they all have, and Michael lost his last 3 matches, and his last 2, the Premier League and the UK Open at the weekend. He hasn't played that great, so if he just gets into him a bit and just puts Michael on the back foot, but Michael van Gerwen, you know, sooner or later he's going to turn up with a record-breaking average like he did here a few years ago.
What emotions is John Henderson going to go through tonight?
Well, he's going to have a huge adrenaline rush on the walk-on. We know that. But when he walks on this stage, that's when he's got to compose himself, because he's got a unique throw where he really moves forward as he releases his dart. And if that's out of sync, then he'll start to miss. But if it's in sync, he hits a lot of 140s, and that's what you need to do against van Gerwen. But the control of the emotions after the music stop is what John's got to do.
Coming next, the hometown hero takes on Mighty Mike.
There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over. Blood is running, heart is pumping as the battle gets closer.
John Henderson has sunk Van Gerwen, one of the biggest upsets in the history of professional darts.
I was 8 years old and running with a dime in my hand to the bus stop to pick up a paper from my old man. This is your hometown, your hometown, your hometown.
John Henderson!
This is your hometown.
That is world class.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action. This is the Unibet Premier League coming to you from the magnificent Granite City of Aberdeen. It's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, our fifth contender. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a World Grand Prix semi-finalist. And now, it's time to welcome home the Highlander, Big John Henderson! Ladies and gentlemen, he is the world #1. He is top of the league, the reigning and defending 4-time Premier League champion and a 3-time champion of the world, mighty Michael.
John Henderson still fighting back the tears after that walk-on. It was emotionally charged. It was breathtaking.
He will remember that for the rest of his life, and I guarantee when he walks off this stage, win or lose, he'll say, "Can I have some more of that, please?" Because you can see the adrenaline rush going through his body. I mean, that was a thrill, a real big thrill to have this sort of crowd chanting. You can see in his face, that's an unbelievable sight.
Doesn't come any tougher than Michael Van Gerwen, but Van Gerwen has lost a few times recently.
He has. He's lost his last 3 matches. He didn't play well last week against James Wade, and against Mervyn King over the weekend he didn't play well. When he got behind, he didn't seem to have that spark, that electrifying scoring power that he's normally got. But he seems very focused this evening. You know, at the top of that walk-on, he really kind of rushed onto the stage. He didn't waste too much time. He really is up for it. He knows that he's got to keep focused this evening.
How can John Henderson compose himself and get ready for a game of darts after that?
Well, we're going to see that in these first 2 or 3 visits to the board, if he can keep control, because like I said, he's got a unique throw where he moves forward as he releases. So if that's in sync, then he'll get confident and play well.
Wayne Malden, Rod Studd, your commentary team.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, what a fitting finale to a terrific evening's arrows in Aberdeen. Michael Van Gerwen. Ordinary outings against James Wade in the Premier League and against Mervyn King at the UK Open. 2 defeats. What can Big Hendo do? The hometown hero. We've seen draws for Chris Dobie and Luke Humphries amongst the contenders. And John Henderson be the first contender to pick up a win. To pick up a Maxi! How do you rate his chances in this match, Wayne?
134. He's beaten Michael before.
Well, you've beaten him twice, to be fair.
4 times.
What was he doing? Throwing blindfold, was it?
Michael, if he wins, goes top of the league. But there's a lot of darts to be played yet. He is playing the man. He's beaten him in the World Grand Prix. That's Hendo's only win over Michael, but what a win.
16. Yeah, went to that game, having lost all 8 meetings with MVG, but what a win, as you say, Wayne, and what a leg here from Michael Van Gerwen early on in the piece. 13 dart leg to open. And that's the thing about Michael Van Gerwen. He had 2 averages, I mentioned, against Wade, 94. And then a 96 against Mervyn King, 2 averages consecutive in the mid-90s. In fact, I think it actually might have been the mid-90s when he last averaged that kind of number in consecutive matches. He's not going to keep playing like that level, is he? It's just not going to happen. But Hendo here! Threatening a second maximum, and a great start from John Henderson. Right, he didn't win that first leg, but he hit a maximum. He's averaging 103 early on in the second leg.
16. Yeah, he's settled without winning a leg, which is not always easy to do. He's been playing some decent stuff already this year, John. He's reached 4 quarterfinals on tour. Okay, they're not wins, but wins don't come too regular for Big Hendo, ranked 21st in the world rankings. That's an error.
No error here, though, Wayne, is there?
133. John
leave 74 for a 2-0 advantage, unless Hendo has got a roof raiser up his sleeve. Hasn't.
Michael Cross 74.
Tops.
Oh,
that's a good dart.
Michael Van Gerwen.
He gave it some there, didn't he? He wants to get this done in quick time, you feel. He wants to put right the last few weeks. He's actually on a run of 3 losing matches. Because before he lost to Wade and then lost to Mervyn King, he lost in a tour event to a little-known dart player at the time called Nathan Aspinall.
100.
Just a bit of a tonking, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. I mentioned him already tonight, but I just want to say, well done, Nathan.
177.
Held it together when you had to.
Henson's had a pretty good year on the tour. He's been in quarterfinals, 4 quarterfinals actually, on the Pro Tour, which is a decent return. Here,
134.
He's putting up a decent effort, averaging, well, just under 100, but it's not putting a dent in Van Gerwen's armoury just yet. That will help though, Hendo. Will it pressure the 56? Will it force an error? Well, there's an error. He's forced one error. Leaves double 16. And he did force an error, and now he's got a chance at 81.
Yeah, that's sloppy from MVG. 12 or treble. Bullseye.
56. Michael Lacroix, 32.
For 3-0 in double quick time.
Averaging
109.98. Endo is not playing poorly. He's averaging just shy of a ton. Hit 2 180s. Unfortunately, he's only had 1 dart double, and that was that bullseye.
And Gerwyn here. Normal service has been resumed on the hockey, where he averaged that stratospheric 123.4 against Michael Smith.
Could have been 10 points higher, couldn't it? If the first double 18 had got in.
121.
We've seen some blinding averages tonight, led by Wade and Wright prior to this. Oh,
177.
Just when Henderson thought he had a little bit of a cushion in this leg, it just disappeared in the twinkling of 3 darts.
105 average, I'm sorry, John, it's just not good enough. Third 180.
3-0 on the maximum count. 3-0 on the leg count to Van Gerwen. But surely not for long, because Hendo here will get 2 darts. There you go, they'll get 1 dart. That tops.
20.
You get the feeling when a professional dart player misses that 20, it's because he's thinking of not darting himself. Always get that feeling. 60 now for tops, and he leaves tops. Hendo under pressure. If he misses, he wants to be on that top wire. Double 10.
He's showing the 4th flag. John Henderson. Looks like he's Michael the 31st. Come on.
Well, they celebrate like Scotland had won the World Cup. And John Henderson has got a leg on the board. Fair play. His performance so far has deserved that. And he's enjoying himself. And why wouldn't he be enjoying himself? If you put it up as an auction price, waiting to pay Michael Van Gerwen in front of a packed house in Aberdeen, it had raised much gold, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And now we're talking about much gold here for Michael Van Gerwen. Are we talking about the possibility here in Aberdeen of a 9-dart leg?
174, followed by 177. That leaves 150.
He promised in an interview, didn't he, a couple of weeks ago, a 9-dart leg in the Premier League. He's had a brace in recent weeks in the more cathedral-like atmosphere of the Pro Tour. This is something a little more bawdy, but you feel that one will appear before too long. Will 70 disappear? Number 16 for MVG, and there he goes. 12-dart leg as he goes 4-1 up.
Come on.
113.77. The player's just unsure. Well, not the player's, Michael. Just unsure who was turn it was to throw first. This is brilliant from Hendo.
Well, Rob Harrington made the point, didn't he, before the match? Once Hendo gets that rocking motion spot on, he really does count the maximums, and Van Gerwen responds as both players now open up with maxes at the start of the 6th leg. Go on, John.
Well, Michael was 6 darts in the previous leg, John was 4. Yeah, the thing with Hendo's throw is everyone needs a rhythm, and that rock gives him his rhythm.
Here he goes again. Here he flows again.
140. 89, John Newcott 81.
4-2. Double 12. Double 6.
Being shown the sixth leg, John Henderson. Somebody's match with the first. Game on.
Yes, indeed. Quality dance from John Henderson. Playing right at the top of his game.
93.
And he came on in front of the piper, and for much of the match it was Michael van Gerwen calling the tune. But Hendo here
81.
against Michael van Gerwen, averaging 115, is in the game here. Slightly reminiscent of the performance by Johnny Clayton at the Grand Slam of Darts, who for much of the match was just someone up there throwing after Van Gerwen to give him a break before his next throw, but went on to win the match in dramatic circumstances. Hendo! 5 maximums in 6.5 legs from the big man.
This is fantastic.
77.
Another one here would give him the possibility of an 11-dart leg, but another 12-darter would put him back within a leg. Rush of blood to the right arm.
Yeah, he knows he should have switched after the first dart. Why did he stay
45.
there?
Enjoying himself.
Oh, come on now. Double 13.
159.
Van Gerwen here responding to every move by Henderson. Double 16 for Van Gerwen for a 13-dart leg. He's averaging 116 and change
60,
here. The world champion.
32.
Tonight,
Game shown the 7th leg.
we've witnessed Rob Cross average 103, James Wade 109,
Game on.
Peter Wright 106, and now Van Gerwen averaging 116. We know that they averages count for nothing, but I'm telling you how well they're playing.
A brilliant night starts in Aberdeen. The quality, quite frankly, I think
40.
statisticians like Okipedia will tell us, I think it would be very close to the best quality we've seen overall in a Premier League match.
97.
Certainly with 4 players averaging, well, 5 players. John Henderson, of course, averaging 104.5 in 3 figures. It's quite remarkable.
99.
104.5 for Henderson. It's not often Big John is dwarfed, but his average is being dwarfed by Van Gerwen as he looks for a 6th maximum.
140.
He was doing his media duties, Big Hendo, and he was saying that I feel good, I've been playing well.
John Newcott 127.
He is.
Double 19 if he wants to go that way, which I don't think he does.
57.
Big and here would hurt.
57.
That is not a big, that didn't hurt.
Yes, he wants tops here for a 15-darter.
50. Michael Newcott 158.
James Wade took this out against Daryl Gurney.
60. John Newcott 20. 10.
Well, he's missed 5 darts and a double in this leg, which is out of character from what we've seen in the rest of the match. But he will get another 3 if he wants them.
50.
He needs them.
John Newcott 10.
John's gone low on a couple of high doubles so far. Doesn't want to drag this one down.
Game shown the 8th leg. John Henderson.
Well, in the 3rd leg of the match, John Henderson missed a bullseye to finish off 81 and went 3-0 behind. Since then, he's actually won 3 of the 5 legs.
174.
1 cell.
You'd like to watch this in the best of 13 set, wouldn't you? A 6th maximum for the Highlander in 9 legs. Well, 8.5. He's got time for another one in this one.
We've got a contender here in 6 maximums. Next week, we've got the UK Open champion.
I'll tell you what, John Henderson here in this leg has got a break opportunity. There's just an inkling here that he could threaten Van Gerwen. If Van Gerwen doesn't find a treble here, as he has Henderson now, is favourite to win this leg, that would make it 5-4 to MVG, and John Henderson would have the darts.
Yeah.
I'm rushing ahead of myself here, but it is a possibility.
60.
Slip. Michael hasn't left 170 yet, which is highly unusual.
140.
He hasn't left it, and that hurts Hendo, because no matter what he hits, MVG will come back for 90. And you've got to think you'll get at least the dart at double 5 or the bullseye.
85. Michael require 90.
Crucial couple of visits here in the context of the destiny of the points here.
I'm sure he's going for bullseye.
Yeah, and that really shows that Van Gerwen is rattled. Double 10.
80.
Which he's missed.
John require 92.
Slightly overleaning, Michael, as well.
He took the safer route of going that way.
But that's a good miss.
It is a good miss.
25 ball, John, 25 ball.
He took the safe route.
Oh dear, can he see the bullseye? Well, you can. John, 7 foot right. Keep going, keep. Paul Hinks, the referee, really needs to move. Bullseye!
Hendo on a boat somewhere in the North Sea. Looked to find it. It was impossible, wasn't it, really?
Michael require 10.
Double 5 for Van Gerwen here, then, to go 6-3 up. Right, now then, Henderson with 2 darts here to get back to 5-4. Remember, Van Gerwen at one point here was averaging 116. The game will be back on throw if Henderson hits tops with either of these two.
Game shot on the 9 flag. John Henderson! Turns like he's jumping through first. Come on.
Drama. Darting drama. In 2 minutes, this game could be level. Michael Van Gerwen averaging 105. Oh, that is a darting disaster, let alone darting drama.
4 darts were missed by Van Gerwen to go 6-3 up, but the response emphatic. Henderson opening up with 21. 21 plays 177. There's never been a way to win a leg of darts.
58.
And let's be fair, John Henderson would have had that enormous rush of adrenaline of getting the game back on throw. It's not that easy to get yourself from that great high back down again. And Van Gerwen always knows, like a cobra, when to strike.
Yeah, the players that win often seem to just be able to deal with doing something great, knowing that they're in a great position, and then carrying on.
96.
Like we said, Roddy, he broke and then threw the worst 3 darts he's thrown all match. Needs them all.
140. Michael Brown, 128. 96.
That last treble, instead of leaving 70 with a single, leaves 32, and it's a big difference.
Yes. Great set-up play.
60. Michael Brown, 32.
4, a guaranteed point. That is a point, no messing around from Michael Van Gerwen. He leads John Henderson 6-4. And he's throwing for a 7-4 win.
Well, John Henderson made a mid-match move, winning 4 out of 6 legs to close to 5-4, but he couldn't hold to level up the match. Van Gerwen breaks, and now Van Gerwen has the darts here to wrap up a very hard-earned and hard-fought 7-4 win
121
against the defiant Scotsman.
.46.
Wow.
Well, it ain't over yet, is it?
No. Another opportunity.
81.
It's okay. It's kind of a a dart in front, if you like, Hendo. Maybe a throw in front.
58.
Well, it's been a curious performance from Van Gerwen again. At one point, well, he threatened a 9-dart leg after 6 perfect darts. He was averaging 116 mid-match. His average is now down to 104, and he still hasn't got the game won, by the way, by any stretch.
59.
By any stretch.
Just some really shoddy visits. And the grouping is not been great either. Last couple of legs from MVG. So unusual. Tops left.
119.
But a break of throw to go to 6-5, and then we'll be throwing for a draw and to take a point off Michael Van Gerwen and earn himself some extra cash.
Well, we saw Chris Dobie in week 1 get a draw as a contender. We saw Luke Humphries last week get a draw as a contender. Can Big John Henderson join the club by holding throw?
The nerves played a part there. Through the first start, slowed down with 2 and 3, started thinking about it.
171.
Well, full house of big trebles. T20, T19, T18, you don't see many of those.
Oh, he's been absolutely livid. 81 and 83 after hitting the 60 first start both times. And Van Gerwen.
59.
Van Gerwen relinquishing the huge lead he had. Oh my. Needs another. Gets another.
40.
What a night of darts this has been.
139.
Through them was some force, I tell you.
Well, what a night of darts and what a match of darts. Brilliant from Henderson to lead 57. That's for a draw, unless Van Gerwen can hit T19 followed by the ball. John Henderson for a draw.
John McGrath 57.
It's been a superb night all round. Can Big Hendo get a draw against the world number 1, against the favourite in any tournament he plays in? Michael Van Gerwen 6, John Henderson 6, and talking of 6, he wrapped in 6 maximums. What a night for Big John Henderson. He comes in here as a contender, he comes in here as a local hero, and he leaves still that hero. What a fantastic occasion for him. And look at the class of Michael Van Gerwen. Whether you've been here, whether you've been sitting at home, tonight has to be classed as a fantastic night of darts. Well done, Big Hendo.
They like it, they like it, they like it. John Henderson, a hero. Brilliant display. 6 180s. Takes the applause of the crowd. Really amazing night of darts. This is what we've seen tonight. Rob Cross, 7-3 victory over Michael Smith. James Wade, whitewashing Daryl Gurney. Gerwyn Price, 7-3 over Mensur Suljovic. Peter Wright, 7-3 over Raymond van Barneveld. And Michael Van Gerwen and John Henderson, 6 apiece. Amazing. What a match it was. He was piped on stage. The crowd went wild. He loved every minute, a tear in his eye. Van Gerwen averaging 116 during that match at one stage. But Hendo kept his cool. The big man on the big occasion gets the draw with the world number 1. And this crowd are in seventh heaven. John, just describe the emotion that you've got through tonight.
I can't. Let's do that.
This is what all the years of practice are about. Every now and again, you get what you get out what you put in. Tonight you get it all out, big man. You get it all out.
Unbelievable.
It's a waste of time talking to him.
Six 180s. 6 180s.
I wouldn't have said that.
You kept battling, you kept your fighting spirit, and this crowd kept you going.
Oh, look at them. Just look at them.
I don't think he can quite get over what's happening. They're here for you, John. They're here for you, pal.
Hold on, mate.
It's given you a taste of what this game can deliver, hasn't it?
Oh, I'll never go through anything like this again. I'll have to get to the Premier League on merit, but I'll never go through this again. That's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Is it completely different to anything you've ever experienced? Completely.
Oh, definitely.
I'll tell you what, Gary Henderson never gets this.
Oh my God.
This is the fantastic side of darts.
Wayne, this is an amazing reception. I've never done anything like this.
No, look, he's not because he's standing here, but Johnny's really liked on the tour. He's a great guy, and they know him better than us. He's liked. He's just a nice guy that tries his art out, and he always gives 100%. And people like honest people. Look, they've come to see a night of darts, and they've come to see this man perform. And they've watched him perform. They've seen a great night of darts in the process. He should hold his head up high. It's been great. It's been really good.
Hats off to Michael Van Gerwen. He's a real gentleman at the end there. Van Gerwen, a real gentleman at the end.
But that is Michael Van Gerwen. Michael Van Gerwen is a gentleman. He is a champion, and he's got so much respect for every player. He's against us tonight, and fair play to Michael. Shoot my hand, as Michael would do, as always would be, but lovely lad.
I tell you what, Wayne and I are going out of town with you tonight, because you have to buy a pint in this city.
That's going to cost me tonight, isn't it? But no, that's it, that's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
John, enjoy the moment. Take a bow.
Yeah, Dave,
brilliant
thank
display.
You.
Rocking all over the world. Van Gerwen, third place, 7 points. James Wade in control. Rob Cross second. Gerwyn Price also on 7 points. What can you say after that? Brilliant.
Well, in relation to the table, the last leg means that Michael Van Gerwen doesn't go to the top of the table. It means a hell of a lot for Michael Van Gerwen. John earns a couple of extra quid through getting the draw. Michael has done out of a point, and that will annoy Michael because he played so well for so long. But John's timing was great. The 180s were much needed. He had a spell where he missed a few darts at a double, but then held it together in the last leg. He can hold his head up really high. He should be very, very proud of himself.
It's why the local heroes work so well, the competitive games.
Well, so far, the contenders, no one can say that it hasn't worked. It's been an absolute fantastic idea. It's worked well. There was kind of scepticism where you're thinking so-and-so's going to annihilate, maybe Michael's going to annihilate Endo. Maybe other results are not going to go the contenders' way. So far, they've held their own, and we've got Nathan Aspinall next week, UK Open champion.
Sum up the night for us. It's been a bit special in Aberdeen.
It's been fantastic. We've seen Rob Cross play great. James Wade was just sublime and relentless from start to finish. Peter Wright. Michael van Gerwen was great. But the star of the show has to be Big Hendo.
It's been a great night, playing a great sport coming away from Sky. On Saturday, Premier League Live, Crystal Palace versus Brighton from 11:30. Super Sunday double bill, Chelsea versus Wolves from 1 p.m.